All right, welcome to our eBay presentation tonight. So I've gotten feedback, more so probably in the last 2 or 3 months than I ever have before. But I've been getting feedback that as some of you guys are watching some of my trainings or some of the trainings in general, that your eBay looks different than my eBay when you go to list something. So, for example, if you're brand new, you get into eBay and you start watching my trainings, and you're like, okay, well, that makes sense. I can follow along and do that. But then you go and log into your eBay account and you start trying to sell an item, and you're like, wait a minute, they don't look at all the same, and it stops you or confuses you. That's what I want to address today for a few minutes. Okay. And what you're seeing is there's something called, and this is newer, and it doesn't apply to every account. So you might say to me, "Well, Trevor, why don't you update your videos and make sure that they've got, what it looks like now?" Well, here's the thing. What your account may still look like my older account. It just depends on some settings that we've got activated. So we don't need to update our trainings. You just need to decide which settings you want activated and either go with the newer look or the older look, whichever you prefer. That they both get the job done. Um, some of you guys like the newer stuff better, others like the older stuff. So let me explain. Right now, on this particular account, I've got the newer look. Okay, so if I went to click, I don't know, let's say I go to my eBay up here at the top right, I get this thing that comes up as Seller Hub. Okay, how many of you guys who are live with me right now, and there's a handful of you, so how many of you here live see this Seller Hub when you go try to list something for sale, or when you go to your My eBay account? Who uses Seller Hub? Seller Hub is the new version, essentially. And it actually hasn't been out all that long. They've been beta testing Seller Hub for months and months and months and months, and they finally just started to roll it out for everybody. Okay, so um, you okay? I'm sorry. I'm waffling because I'm reading comments from you guys. I'm saying yes, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, so it's all across the board. So some of you guys use this and some of you don't. That's the problem. that's why that's why things look a little bit different. Okay. If Let me just say this up front. If you don't like Seller Hub and you'd rather use the old version, you can actually opt out. Okay, you can opt out of Seller Hub. And let me make my screen. In fact, hold on. Let me scroll over here. There's the opt out. You see, kind of up here in the top right corner. I'm going to circle it. So you've got your main menu right here, and then right over here, you've got opt out. Okay, you can opt out of Seller Hub if you don't like it and you'd prefer the older version. That will make your eBay look a lot like the old trainings that we have. Okay, and I'll show you. Let me see if I can get. Let me opt out on my account here. Okay, I'm going to opt out. This is one of my eBay accounts. I'm going to click opt out, and it'll say, "Thanks for giving Seller Hub a try. We're making improvements all the time. You can come back anytime to see what's changed." And I'm going to click Switch Tools. Okay, it says done. You're all set to return to your previous tool. So I'm going to say, take me back to my eBay. And now it's going to look like the old one did. Okay. Now, if I come up here and click sell, I get sort of the older version that you guys would recognize in some of our trainings. Okay. See how easy that was? That's how easy it is to opt out of Seller Hub. Okay. Now I'm in the old version. Um, okay. So that is that. Now, if I'm in the old version, right, this should all look very familiar. Let's actually list something for sale here just for fun. Let's go to Amazon. We're going to grab something real quick. Let's sell Sell a wooden baby toy. This right here. Okay. A Manhattan toy teether product. Okay. Doesn't matter what we sell. We're just doing this as an example. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the image. Let me save the image to my computer. I'm going to grab the title. Okay, and I'm going to come in here. I'm going to drop the title in the start your listing section. Hit get started. I'll choose a category. Just choose one category, right? I'm going to go kind of quick because we've got trainings using this old tool. This should look very familiar to you, right? See, and now I'm going through the listing and this looks like the old tool that we use in all of our trainings. That's because I have opted out of Seller Hub. Now, if I were selling within Seller Hub, let me go back to a different eBay account here. This account is using the Seller Hub tool. How do you know I'm using Seller Hub in this account? Well, it's easy. If you click on My eBay, it'll take you to a screen that looks like this, and it'll actually say Seller Hub. If I wanted to opt out, I could do just what I did a minute ago and select opt out here. Okay? Now, what if I'm on my old account, the old version, right? The advanced eBay selling tool, which is what I'm on right now. What if I want to get back into Seller Hub? Well, that's pretty easy to do. I just need to Google it. I don't remember where to go to do it inside of eBay. So you know what I always do? I just go to Google and I type in Seller Hub eBay. And this very first one that pops up when I do a Google search, this one right here, that's the Seller Hub landing page right there. I just come right over here, click Seller Hub, and then I get to this page right here, and I click this blue button, Start Using Seller Hub, and that gives me the newest version of the tool. That gives me access to Seller Hub. So if I click that, and bam, I've got Seller Hub again, right? And I know I'm on Seller Hub because it tells me right here. If I want to opt out, I do it right here. Okay, pretty easy, right? Okay, so real briefly, if you're on the new Seller Hub tool and you're wanting to create a listing, I'll click Sell up here at the top. All right, you see that? Click Sell, top left. And it takes me to a page that says Manage Active Listings. I can go Create Listing and then select Single Listing right here. Okay, that's how I usually start my listings. So Create Listing, Single Listing. Okay, and then right here, I come in and I would type in my product, right? This is a kids wooden teething toy. And hit get started. And it's going to search for categories. There it goes. It's searching for categories. So now it takes me to create your listing. And I can put in my title here. We don't want to use a subtitle. We've got categories here that we can select. We only want to choose one category. But see, it's basically the same as the advanced tool. It just looks a little different. This is requiring a UPC code, right? Maybe I select does not apply if I don't have it. Condition new. I can upload my photo here, right? Add photos. That's pretty easy. I can select a brand, right? It's going to force me to select a brand of some kind of toy. Now, if none of them are here and select a brand, I can do unbranded. Okay. So you don't have to actually pick a brand. You can go unbranded. All these other ones are optional. The only thing that you know is required is anything that has one of these little red asterisks. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's there on my screen. There's a little red star by brand. Okay. And then as you scroll down the page here, you've got your item description, just like the old tool. Format for selling. You know, usually these days we tell you guys to do a fixed price. So let's do fixed price listings. And duration 30 days we want. Price you put right here. Maybe this is, we want to charge $99.99. Quantity, you can either select or deselect best offer. We prefer to have that deselected, so leave that blank. so on and so forth. It doesn't need to be a private listing. You don't need to make a donation. PayPal, you need to select to make sure your PayPal address is in here. I do like this option selected. Require immediate payment. Make sure you select that option. Sales tax, we need to do that as well. See, I'm going to do a training next week that covers this stuff in a lot of detail. So if you're interested in watching me do a listing using the Seller Hub, I promise you I will do it, but we're going to wait till next week. Tonight, I just want to show you the difference between the tools because I've been getting this question an awful lot lately, and I haven't really had a good response until now, now that I've got a video that I've made for it. Here's your return section. Shipping is confusing to a lot of my clients. Make sure you select flat, same cost to all buyers. And then we do either the economy shipping right here, or we do the standard shipping right here. Either one is fine. And then we select the free shipping option right there. Okay. Handling time, 3 days, no international shipping. And then you can get down and you can finish up your listing. So that's listing an item using the Seller Hub. Again, like I said, I will do that in excruciating detail next week. This week, I just wanted to point out the differences between the two tools. So to sum it up, right? Some of you guys, when you start on eBay, will be using the Seller Hub tool, which is the new updated one. Some of you guys will have the older interface. If you want the newer interface, Google search it like I just showed you. Google search eBay Seller Hub and activate it. If you do not want the new interface, opt out of it like I showed you. And that way, you can do it however you want. I actually like the new interface, truthfully. I think the Seller Hub is really nice. And when you start making a lot of sales, it's got a lot of really cool stuff that helps you manage your sales, and it's got graphs and different things that visually it looks a lot better than the older interface. So I prefer the new Seller Hub. If you're not using it, I really think it's something that you should probably consider using. Okay. I guess that goes to answer your question a little bit, Ricardo. You said, what are the benefits of the hub form? I think it's a preference thing. I don't think really the older form versus the Seller Hub form, I don't think there's really any pros and cons. I think the newer form is a little more updated looking. The interface, the user interface looks a little nicer. But I think where the real benefits lie, Ricardo, is that Seller Hub has cool seller visuals and resources in the My eBay section. That's what I would say. Yeah, I agree, Goldie. It seems better to you. It seems better to me too. I actually like Seller Hub better for sure. So I start using it if you're not using it. So anyway, that's all I wanted to cover tonight. I hope that makes sense. Sorry if that was boring for those of you guys who already know this stuff, but you know what? The one thing you got to remember about our trainings is we adapt these trainings to those who are just beginning, and then we also have some more advanced expert type trainings too. And sometimes you got to cover the simple stuff so that everybody can learn effectively. So I hope that was helpful. Next week we'll cover the how to do a listing in the new Seller Hub and make sure that's very clear. Okay, that's it, guys. Thanks for coming along. Always love having you here, and hopefully your eBay selling is going well in 2017. We'll continue to help it as you come and learn more from us. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.